Okay, we're going to try this again with this camera. I just got back from the grocery store. And I just bought some gumbo mixed vegetables, a can of I had the tomatoes and the carrots, and of course I got some white crackers because we needed those. So what I'm going to do is get get out of the dishwasher. One of the Corot pans, and I'm going to turn that on. We're going to have to hurry up and get out of this kitchen because the air conditioning is still too hot. Put a little olive oil in there. And that'll make a good juice I'm going to make soup. It's too hot for soup. I know it, y'all. I know it. But when your mother wants soup, you make soup. So that's just the way it goes. You get my knife. Yeah, I'm about to burn up right now. And I've got the fan put back on. I just haven't got it wired up. Let me get some of our onions. I think I will. There's peas. We don't need peas, and we don't need this, and we don't need that. I'm looking in the freezer. That's okra. I think I've got some. I know that I've got. Well, sometimes I'm blind, y'all. I will take some of these. Green onions. Y'all just hold on. I wasn't ready. I thought I was ready, but I guess I wasn't ready. We'll just talk a minute. These are garden onions. Kind of. I don't want a whole bunch. Whole bunch of onions in that. I don't want a whole bunch of onions in that. And then I'll stay here. I'm going to go ahead and get this thyme and basil over. And I'm just going to cut the root system off of that, which I always do. And I'm going to make them a little bit bigger, not too much of the garden onions. I kind of squash them when I put them in that just gives a good flavor. Got an onion. Now this is the sweet basil. So I'm going to chop that sweet basil. You turn that fire down, you're going to burn the house up. And this is the English thyme. Thyme gives it, I love it in soup. Any kind of soups I love. I hope y'all can hear me better today. This camera that I was trying out, the older camera, I've got to figure out how to put my knife onto it. And I will. Let me get a wood spoon. going to kind of saute that a little bit. Not a whole bunch. Just brings them flavors out. So I bought the gumbo vegetable mix. That has okra, corn, onions, celery, and red peppers in it also. So you can do however you want to on that. So I put that in with my little bit of olive oil there. This freezer section, this will be the same as a Great Value. Let that just, let me turn it up a little bit. Turn it down, turn it up, turn it down. Now on this hamburger, I don't buy the most expensive. This is about $5.49 a pound. And I'm not going to use but half of this because there's no sense in using the whole thing. So I'm just going to put that in my pot. Put this in the wrapping. And I'm going to stir that around. Because this will cook by itself for a good while. You want to get your ingredients all fixed in here. Get your hamburger, and you're making a hamburger soup. This is just an old-fashioned hamburger, southern soup, nothing extraordinary. But it sure is good with those okra and vegetables in it. It makes a good soup. We'll make cornbread to go with it. So I'm just going to let that set for a minute. I'll put a little, just a little bit. Let me get a... I just want about a half a cup of water to deglaze my pan, and maybe not that much. I just want that to get that flavor, and that's where it comes from. And that'll go ahead and cook that hamburger and stuff like that. But what I was going to tell y'all is I went ahead and got pork that was on sale for $2. So I'm going to just salt and pepper my pork. It's just these pork pieces. I'm going to put pepper and salt, only two on there. You can do onions and all that, but I need to cook this since it was on sale. And I'm going to put a half a cup of water. Let me get some more. Put a half a cup of water into that. You add your vegetables and all that. You can make your soup in this if you want to, but I didn't want to. So let's put our Instapot. I've got something I'm going to do with that. I'm going to put it on 25 minutes, take off, keep warm. Make sure your buttons are all pushed on there. And let's look at this. See now how that's cooking on down there? That'll be a good soup. I don't know, maybe you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to add a can of carrots. I'm not going to worry with boiling carrots, so I'm just going to put the can and that's a Libby's carrot, and then I'm going to put a can, and these are like a Great Value stewed tomatoes, and that makes a huge pot of soup. Too much, really, but that'll cook on down. See now how that evened out there. So now we'll let this cook on down, our hamburger soup. Mix it good, y'all, mix it good. Now Mother and I can eat on this for a few days. So since I'm doing those lives in the evenings, I don't have to do all the, I'm gonna put pepper, of course, gotta have pepper. And I'm gonna put a little of this bacon flavored salt in it. I'll just give it a little good flavor. Now you could add your cardamom, you can add many things to this, but you just want this to simmer. Sit there and simmer. I'll turn that to about a 4, I would say. I'm just going to put my lid on there and let that just sit there and simmer for a little bit. Get this mess cleaned up. I finally got me a jug of bleach a while ago because I love keeping my rags and everything in bleach like I did at the restaurant. And then I can just wipe off and know that everything's cleaned up and taken care of. Alright, so I went ahead, they had this Jiffy corn mix. Everybody's used Jiffy, but I didn't feel like making cornbread tonight because I am hot. And I thought I'm going to just make Jiffy. So that's what I'm going to do, because I do not feel like messing with anything. Y'all get just as much enjoyment as I do, but the Jiffy is what I use a lot of different kinds, but this Jiffy, when something's on sale, I usually will use it and then upgrade it or downgrade it or whatever. So we'll just use this, see, 1 egg and let's see, it says a 1/3 cup of milk. So we'll get 2 eggs. You get 2 brown eggs, and we'll do 2/3 cup of milk. Give us some butter. I'll go ahead and set our butter out. Well, you know we're going to have butter. So let's go ahead and put our 2 eggs in our bowl. Brown. I like brown eggs. I like white eggs. I like pink eggs, purple eggs, any kind of eggs. Now we'll get 2/3 cup of milk. Let me see, I can't. 2/3. Okay, we'll just put our 2/3 in there. Okay, let me get a whisk. I moved all my utensils from up here because I've been going to paint this kitchen for, what, 2 months? It never has gotten done. I'll just stir that, and then I'm going to put our little packets of cornmeal, a little Jiffy here and a little Jiffy there, and I just add those to it. Messy mess. And then we'll do our steak. So for $2, it's $2.06 because they were $1.03 plus tax. So I thought I couldn't really make it for that if I used all my different cloudy. And I want a cornmeal, I want a corn muffin. So I wanted to make sure this is going to be thin enough for a corn muffin, and it will. Because I had 2/3 cup of milk, a little more than what was called for. Get it mixed good. Okay. Let's get that. Alright. Now, that didn't call for it, but I'm going to add 2 tablespoons, or about 2 tablespoons of oil. Since I'm going to use one of these new silicone plastic-free pans, And I think it might need a little bit. I'm gonna add a little sugar, just a little bit. I hear that Instapot's trying to get its steam up. Okay. Now, once again, here we go. Now, let's check our soup. Oh, there goes the water. Oh, it smells good, y'all. It's beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be so good. I got to get that cleaned up. Just have to wait. I would get these white rags at the Harbor Freight. And then by the time I get through wiping and messing and bleaching, they look like the dickens, but they still work well. And I clean this stove with, I think say X-Lax. We don't put X-Lax on our stoves in Texas. We use Ajax. Boy, it'd be something if that stove would be running off, wouldn't it, if I cleaned it with X-Lax. Ajax. I guess y'all can still get Ajax. I love Ajax. Been using it for 40 years, I guess. Okay. If we have some leftover cornbread, we will just put it into our a little pan or something, you know. And we're gonna have it left over. But I just didn't feel like messing with y'all. It's too hot. You could be in this kitchen. It's probably, I don't know how they did it. I've heard grandmother talk about the servants. They had servants. One of my grandmothers said them servants would be so hot. Years and years ago. Then my other grandmother, they weren't servants, but they could have been. My one grandmother that had the housekeeper keeping people was they owned a general store. And that's when you see a lot of this stuff that I have. It's because they owned that general store. Is the only reason they had all those expensive plates and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm going to go ahead so Mother and I can. Let me get this out of the way. Hold on. Oh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. And it's fixing to be hotter, hotter, hotter. I'll put this. Into I got that cleaned up. So I'll put that in my little convection. My convection oven at 400 degrees. For about, I'd say, 15 minutes. Let me bake it. And that's what it's on, 415 minutes. So I probably baked cornbread the last time. I guess we'll know, won't we? Now I could put that in the skillet. I can put that in my iron skillet. Let me get a little oil. Ooh, that's too much. I think. Maybe not. I'll just rub that around my skillet. You can get it hot and all that to make it crunchy. That's not necessary. These cooks tell you to do it. I don't like it because it gives too much of a crunch. I like it the way, just like this. Get some paper towel and I'll wipe some of that oil out. I overshot. That'll make a pretty good size pan of cornbread there. It'll be thin, but it'll be good. I don't have anything else to do with it, so I might as well just put it in there and wait instead of waste it. That'd be good for my cornbread and milk at night, see. That'd be good for my cornbread and now that's not going to be enough. Okay, hold on. Just hold on. Okay. I'm going to give a little bit of no, that's not it. Don't be getting that. You don't want instant potatoes in your cornbread. Yeah, I'm just going to cook up this little bit right here because for my cornbread at night, this will be enough for that. And there's no sense in making a huge pan of cornbread when I don't need to. So I'll just wait till that other gets out. Let me rinse my hands. I was washing some clothes, getting that taken care of. Let me get this out of the way. I'm going to check our soup here. Let's get our pan rag, or we'll use this as our lid rag, because we need to check this. See how that's coming out, y'all? Oh, it smells so delicious. Let's cook it on down. Now you can always add a thickener to it, but usually that okra will thicken it. Some. You know, you don't want it too thick. Let me get a test spoon. Let me get a test spoon. Cool that off. Make sure we got enough pepper and salt. I don't want to burn my mouth. It couldn't be any perfecter. Couldn't be any perfecter. Okay, so now we can turn our soup off because those vegetables, since I didn't use fresh carrots or frozen, that's usually what you have to wait on is your carrots. Might need a little pepper after I've tasted that, so we're going to do a little more pepper, just a little bit. Well, that's some soup, y'all. In the wintertime, have you ever heard of that? I haven't either. I'm turning that off, and let me get this. I'm going to wipe this, and I'm just going to set this right here on the side of the stove until I can kind of get this wiped. I like wiping it when it's hot. Now, don't do this at home if you don't know how, because you'll burn yourself. We don't need y'all burning yourself. Okay? Now, let me get these dishes put away. And we got our butter. Let's check our cornbread. And we'll let that cook for a little bit longer. And I'm trying to get things kind of straightened up here while we're talking. So I hope y'all had a great day today. It's been too hot to do anything. There's our butter. Got our butter. Ooh, we love butter. I do. They had some this challenge in the sticks on sale. Usually it's about $7 for a box of butter of 6 to 4, and they had it today for 5. I didn't get any. I'll wait till tomorrow, the next day, and see. Let me go ahead and set this over. I'm just going to put this soup. Let me move this. Not break it. I'm just going to set that Right there. Right there. And I was going to cook some cabbage. So what I may do is use some of this Hamburger, and I've got a summer sausage in there, and I may fry that cabbage. Now we like fried cabbage. I like it a lot, and it's good for you with herbs, you know. So now we've got a hamburger ready to go into the icebox, and see that soup. Look at it. It's beautiful, y'all. It's good soup. It didn't take what, 20 minutes. So you can make your own soup, but I thought about getting canned soup. Mother said, well, just get canned soup. But you know, I hardly ever eat anything out of can unless I just have to. And on soups, it seems to me like that on soups, it makes me feel pretty bad. And it's something in that shelf stability that sets me off. So it can be in soups or even really, unless like these carrots were canned in water. If it was all mixed with a sauce or anything, I couldn't eat it. I just could not eat it. Makes me itch. I feel faint. I just don't feel good. And okay, we still got our 15 minutes on our pork. And I had thought about, and we like this, and I may do it tomorrow. I buy these conchemi. They're little caramel custards, the flan. These little flan packages. Got them for $1 or something, I think. This will make some little custards for Mother to enjoy. They're not too terribly sweet, and she loves flan. When my father and her would go to Mexico to their place about 2 or 3 times a year, she loved the flan, and so did Papa. And I make it with that sauce to go over it, but it's too hot today to do it. So we're just going to have probably vanilla yogurt and maybe a few blueberries, fresh blueberries, because this kitchen is now really, really hot. Let me look at the cornbread and see. Let's give that about another, let me see, let me check it. Another little bit, probably 5 more minutes. If I can stand up in here for 5 more minutes, then we'll be okay. Let me get a... Yeah, I was talking to y'all about, I hope that you did something good today, fun today, you know. So, I'll put another soup in that little crystal bowl there. Well, you know what? I've got plastic bowls. I could do a soup in these plastic bowls tonight because, well, it's just too hot to do dishes. So, we're going to do plastic bowl soup. We'll make it a little bit elegant. We'll use one of our Pioneer plates. Put it on there. That'll be fine. That'll be just fine. Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to just use, I get these paper plates from Amazon. I'm going to just put everything on the paper instead of having to mess with any dishes. That's what we're going to have. If y'all were here, you'd eat just like this, because we're not going to pull out the china today or nothing else. Let me check this cornbread. Okay, let me get my they're done. I'm pretty sure those are done. I want to make sure though. So I'll leave them in for another, let me turn that down to another 2 minutes while I'm getting this here. I'll have a glass of iced tea. I like iced tea. Yeah, we'll just have a glass of iced tea. Let me rinse this ladle off. Get the spoon out. Because we need the ladle. And do our soup in that. I don't like serving in plastic bowls. I never have. But tonight we're going to. So that's what we're going to have is our hamburger soup. Our hamburger soup. I'll go ahead and pull these out so that they can start cooling because they are hot. H-O-T, hot. See that okra in there? It's got okra. It's got carrots. Well, everything I told you. Onion, all that. Instead of juice in those cans and that little bit of water is all you need. You don't need to put chicken broth or beef broth or none of that in there. Okay, let's take this cornbread. Let me move this mama's plate or this plate. And get this cornbread out of the oven. Because it's hot. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Sometimes I'll do it this way because this will burn the fire out of you if you don't do that correct. And I'm going to go ahead and put my skillet of cornbread back in.